Percy Jackson, but I forgot something, so we're gonna talk about it again real fast. Okay, so that's the stuff that Percy Jackson. That's the Hidrix, Hidden Children, and what is it all kid called? The Shadow Children. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the Shadow Children. The rest of the Hidden Children, and then the Black Brothers underneath. The Indian boy story no one cares about. And Percy Jackson. Okay, so what I forgot to mention, I already talked about how Annabeth saved his ass, and that his half brother that he switched his place with and forgets his memory about has better leadership skills and worthy and like important and better in every aspect whatsoever compared to Percy. Except for maybe wielding his water skills, because he's better at fighting in general and using swords and stuff like that. Okay, so what I forgot to mention was, well, I was thinking about a few different things, but mostly the fact that what is it again? Oh yeah, so he fights the god in water crap or whatever, and then at the end they're like, he didn't die when he was supposed to on the missions and everything, and even when killed, the god or whatever had restrictions or whatever, and so he barely survived the fight. And he always just barely survives anyway. Yeah. He always just barely survives all the fights, and that's saving his ass 24/7. So, yeah, but no, in that fight with, oh, it's actually pretty. Okay. In the fight and everything with the god of war that he barely survives, barely stands on his own, and the only reason he does survive anyway is because they're on a goddamn beach and they get close to the water. So he's like, oh, water powers solve everything. Yeah. Okay, so after that, and one of the gods later on talking about the wards and everything, they were reluctantly, but they were like, we're gonna offer you to become a god, and he's like, nah, I wanna marry Annabeth and all that crap, and I'm like, I wasn't worthy to become a god anyway. But I did like, and I laughed, and I agreed wholeheartedly with the only reason why the god of war agreed. He's like, I'd be willing to vote for it and willing to let him become a god. And he's like, why? You hate him, and you try to kill him and everything. And he's like, because it'd be fun to kill him over and over again. And I'd be allowed to kill him. I'm not allowed to kill mortals, but I can kill him. And he won't stop me, and he won't say anything, and I get to murder him over and over and over again forever. And it's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I laughed about that part, and I was like, and I was sad, because that was the only reason I was willing for him to become a god too, and I was like happy in that moment, and I was like, the god of war is right, and we need to do that, and I was like, become a god for 5 minutes so I can see you die 50 times. Makes me feel better. Like all the times, every single moment that you basically did die, and you barely survived when you were supposed to die. Yeah, that's why you die. That's why you die every single time that you were supposed to make up for it. Okay. Yeah, and then I was also thinking about how if he didn't accept, like he doesn't accept his mother's death, and extra willing another reason why he's willing to go on the quest and all that crap. Yeah, no, if you had just accepted and was like, my mother lives as a hero and everything, and it's like a little bit my fault, but she mostly did it to help save me and everything, and she was awesome, and she was badass, and she's a warrior and all that crap. She was just a really good mom, and I miss her, but she's dead, so let's move on with our lives and all that crap. He wouldn't have to see her die 2 times in front of him. Yeah, she died, but oh, wait, she's not dead. And then you watch her die again. So basically, she did die the first time, and you were just desperate, and yeah, you just wanted to see her die again. And yeah, it was all your fault. It was your fault the first time, but you're like, part of it was her choice. She was trying to help you, and it was sacrifice and all of that crap. But the second time, it was 100% your fault. I don't care what anyone says. Percy Jackson, it's your fault. Your mother died. You killed her. This is all your fault. She wouldn't have to suffer as well, because she died the first time. And now she had to die again. Great job, you killed your mother twice. And you had to watch her die dramatically in front of you 2 times. Good job. Okay. Let's pick a random one to try and end this. This is hard. I can only take out the end ones. End ones, or you can see the spines that they're worn. Okay. Talent is not on my side. Why does everything fall when I try and do anything? My talent exceeds me. Yeah, the maze. Yeah, you were supposed to die, and you were a stupid moron the entire time. I didn't care about you. Yeah. And I think I mostly was like, oh, cool, because there's gonna be, like, cool things happening in the maze, and it looks like there's a giant lava monster. I don't know if there's a lava monster, apparently even true. And then you're like, yeah. I felt kind of bad for him. They took out his eye. That's all he has, is an eye and sheep. And he doesn't even eat his sheep, and you made him kill his sheep. I feel bad for him. I mean, like, I love monsters, and I've always loved monsters, especially more than humans, so... This book just reestablished that humans are worthless, then. They're really cool. Monsters are really cool. But he was kind of ugly, so I was okay with him dying, you know? And Annabeth was cool, and she doesn't deserve to die, so... I guess he'd had to. I guess the giant with the big eye, which I can't remember the names of, you know? I guess he had to die, just so Annabeth could live. Yeah, Annabeth's cool. Okay. Yeah. And why the fuck did she end up with him? And I will never understand. I was like, kind of understand for like half a minute. Oh, it's because he saves people. I'm like, he puts them all in danger, and he mostly doesn't really save anyone. I was like, he becomes cool in the last book because he becomes like his brother, and he thinks he's his brother, which means he learns strategy, and he learns how to be a leader, and he learns that, oh, this is like when you actually save the world and you don't like half-ass it, or you like barely help, and you barely survive, and you barely contribute at all. But everyone says you're the hero and you saved the world. No, you didn't. Your brother did. You did nothing. Yes. Okay. So that's everything I remember, and that was the last little bit on Percy Jackson.